Some crazy stuff happened this week.
Dude, some shit went down.
What's up, guys? We're back.
Welcome
to another episode of Friends First. I can't believe we're on another week. I say that every week, but it's freaking cool. I don't think I've ever started something so consistently ever in my life.
But, like, the thing about the podcast is, like, it's carrying its excited momentum. Like, I'm still thrilled every time. Like, yes.
Yeah, I'm like, I literally get to talk. I think that's, I just think this is the job I should have pursued.
We are chatty bitches.
Yeah, literally.
This works well.
We've talked about this before. I just love talking. Yeah. But... really quickly, do we want to talk about what we're wearing?
Oh, why? Do you love my hoodie?
Yeah, I love it. Do you love mine?
I love your hoodie.
We're so cute. We're wearing semi-matching hoodies.
What do you mean they're fully matching?
Oh, they do fully match. I thought yours was different for some reason.
You were gonna, but we didn't. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same hoodies. They are Friends First Podcast hoodies.
Yeah.
Which we talked about briefly before, I'm pretty sure. We just didn't wear them because we were boiling that one day in here.
Yeah, so actually... we made these right before you went on your long trip, not to like keep talking about your trip, but you were gone for a long time.
Girl, I still have so many stories from that trip we haven't even got to yet. Like,
oh good, that's true. I do want to keep talking about your trip. But we made these hoodies and it was still hot back home.
Yeah.
So we couldn't wear them. And then you left for your trip, so you wore yours a lot on the trip. So like if you're following Nikki,
you've seen it. And you know what? I'm honestly kind of insulted that nobody's asked me not a single person asked me on my trip what my hoodie was about.
That's so mean.
And not a single person on my Instagram or TikTok has ever asked me about what my hoodie is.
Like, cute, where'd you get your hoodie or what is it? That's crazy.
I think it's rude because I think they're really cute.
Yeah, I think they're phenomenal. Like, so our logo looks
yodeling.
Looks like neon, like a neon sign.
Yeah.
So we have some like bright font work and it looks fancy.
Yeah, and
me.
I just love it. I love it so much. I think the reason people haven't asked is because it just says Friends First, and like somebody's probably like trying to decide what that means without
probably
asking.
Like, bro, I do like my friends more than I like my relationship.
Or my family.
Yeah. Like pans out.
Yeah.
So
they're probably
like the cutest details we have, like it says love you good night, which is so cute.
Like for those of you on YouTube, look at that. How cute is that?
But most of the time we say love ya good night. Or do we say love you?
I say love you good night.
Love you good night. Okay, we do say you.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just
like a you.
Yeah.
Love you good night.
But basically the whole point of us bragging about these hoodies is we gonna make some for you guys. We gonna make some.
We want you to wear matching hoodies with us.
Yeah. We're gonna change the design a little bit because we want people to ask you what the heck you're wearing. And we also I really do enjoy this vinyl that's on here.
We bought it and it was pink, and then we put it on and it's
like green. Unless you're looking down at it from your own
my
point of view.
My view is pink.
Yeah, my view is pink as well.
But I see green.
Yeah.
Can you see that?
Yeah. You guys, can you see that on there?
Oh, that was a much better way. I was like popping my chest.
Mariah's trying to move her whole body and I'm just moving the hoodie. That's hilarious.
Okay, well, the new hoodies will have actual pink vinyl. And it's going to say, like, Friends First Podcast on the front. And then on the sleeve, we'll have the full logo.
Yes.
And then I imagine we'll put Love You Good Night somewhere.
Yes, we have to. But basically, we're going to try and, put a whole slew of things together. Comfy clothes for you guys. Maybe, a couple, I don't know, a tumbler.
Yeah.
And we're hopefully going to have that up, next week.
Yes.
Which is going to be so exciting.
We will share details of where to buy it. So hopefully you're following us wherever you're listening to this. Either you're subscribed on YouTube or you're following on Spotify or iHeartRadio or wherever you're at.
Apple Podcasts.
We're not on Apple Podcasts.
I'm putting good energy out there that we're going to be on there by the time we talk about this.
Yeah, I don't know why Apple Podcasts isn't accepting us. So, Apple Podcasts, if you're listening, we really want to be on your streaming service.
Yeah,
But anyways, wherever you're at, hopefully you're already following. But then find us on social media, whether that be TikTok, Instagram. We have our Facebook group that is called Friends of Friends First podcast. And that's where we will be showing exclusively like the new merch that we have out and like where to get it.
Yeah, so it's Friends of Friends First on Facebook, and then everything else is Friends First Podcast.
Yes.
So check those places, and we'll tell you when all the juicy things launch. But
so you can be juicy with us.
Yeah, we love you guys so much, and we're so excited about this. And you know what? I've secretly always wanted to sell merch, and
I'm so proud. And like,
have I ever? No.
I definitely consider every listener like our friends, and I'm so excited to be like matching with you guys.
Yeah. There's, like, nothing better than, like, matching with your friends. I mean,
I love... Like, today we didn't plan it, but we are wearing, like... We both, like, grayish shoes and black pants. And then, of course, our fantastic hoodies. So, we do be looking cute.
Who are we? And we both have our glasses on today.
And I do have a black ponytail in my hair. And you have 2 black ponytails in your hair. Oh, my God.
Us.
Twinsies.
Yes. And I also... I don't know about you, but I still got my friend bracelet on.
I'm wearing mine, too.
Are you really? You're lying.
Okay, how do you know my lying face so well? Very rude. I just took mine off, though. So.
Literally, though, look at how not blue that is anymore.
Ew, you funked it up. Okay,
but
I'm excited to see what color mine is.
Everywhere.
That bracelet has been around the world.
Yeah.
We should trade bracelets.
Literally, I never took this off. I think that I took this off once for a photo when it was still bright blue. And that's it.
Oh, because it, like, yeah.
And I was wearing, like, gold jewelry.
I wore mine when I went camping in the Badlands. And then I got back and I felt like I needed like a good soaking, and I took my bracelets off and I forgot to put them back on. And it's been a while, but rude. I'll put them back on.
Rude as fuck.
Don't worry.
Whew. Rude. Anyway, so how was your week?
Really good.
Yeah?
Yeah. Well, I shouldn't say really good, but I have gotten to see you a lot, and like you bring some spice in my life, so that's been good.
It's my job to be spicy.
Woo. Why do I keep hooting like an owl?
I don't know. I feel like I'm also being like kind of weird vibey energy. You're also like sitting on the edge of your seat, so I feel like I'm waiting for something to happen. So I'm like, ooh.
If you're not watching and you're listening, I need you to know that I'm in the camo FOMO chair right now. And like if I sit back, I feel like it just like sucks me back. So I am sitting weird. Is that better?
Yeah, that makes me feel like you're a little bit more cozy.
I have such good posture, but I want to sit back. Oh, is this...
We started this podcast in your niece's bedroom on the floor with a blanket in the background, sitting on their mattress.
I'm fully leaning back.
Yeah.
Hopefully you can still see me.
Be comfy, because it doesn't matter who or what we are right now. Because that was our motto from day one.
Yeah. This isn't like a elitist podcast. This is like exist podcast.
I mean, I do really want to make this a fancy studio because I've always wanted a fancy studio, but that doesn't mean that we are going to be showing up fancy.
It doesn't mean,
I will still be full sweaty from workout like I am right now. Anyway.
But this week, what did we do? Oh, I had a Halloween party at my work.
Yeah.
And
I showed up. Woo! And guess what I was for Halloween?
A cute cuddly dragon.
I was a dragon for like the 5th year in a row.
Guess what I was?
A Minnie Mouse.
I was Minnie Mouse, and my little nephew is 1.5. I just adore him. He was Mickey Mouse.
Yes, you guys were so cute.
Thank you.
It was honestly so fun, and like me and my sister-in-law, my nieces and nephew all went, and everybody got cracked out on some sugar, and it was fabulous. And did a scavenger hunt. Had homemade root beer. That was interesting.
I didn't get to try it. So jealous. Was it good?
Yeah, it was so sugary. It like fucked up my stomach immediately.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I was like, okay. William was like, where's my root beer? He chugged it. I was like, okay, you love your sugar, kid.
I didn't get to try it, but I do remember her saying that like the recipe called for 5 pounds of sugar, and she only was putting in 4. So. Could you imagine there being another pound of sugar in that concoction? No. I think it makes like 5 gallons of root beer.
It also wasn't like as carbonated as like it should have been, she said, because of like she had to take the dry ice out or something. She was trying to get it done faster so it didn't sit as long. So part of me thinks it was like sugary.
Oh.
Because like extra sugary because
like turned into like a syrup instead of sugar.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I mean, it was more syrupy than.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. I also just learned a bunch of stuff about port wine and Porto, and so now I like have this whole thought about like how drinks are made, and so I'm like, oh, because port wine is like syrup, so like
I don't even know what port wine is.
Okay, so basically, you know, like how champagne, people will make champagne and say it's champagne, but it's not actually champagne unless it comes from Champagne. Champagne is a place.
I did not know that at all.
Yes, that's the thing. So true champagne can only come from one region of the world. I believe it's France. Champagne, France. And so that's the only place true champagne can come from, but like other people will make it and say like it's champagne, and then in fine writing it says it's not actually champagne.
What?
Yeah, it's like a thing.
I'm mind blown.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like this story should be accompanied by champagne, so I'm really annoyed.
Yeah.
But continue.
Hi, I'm having a dry until my birthday moment right now, so champagne sounds great. Not having it.
Your birthday's soon.
Yeah.
It'll be here before you know.
In like a month. But
However's.
yeah, so port wine is like the same thing. It can only be made in this specific region. It's like the Douro, I don't know how to say it. River Valley in Portugal, and it's right outside of Porto, Portugal. So it's like 45 minutes or something, or maybe it's 2 hours. I don't know. It depends on the transportation you take to get there. And it's the same thing, except for like it's the same thing as champagne in the sense that it has to be made in that area, whatever. But port wine is different than like your regular table wine. It's typically like a dessert wine, but it is like drinking syrup. It is so sugary. But, like, sometimes there are flavors that, like, are a little bit more tart and a little bit more sweet, like typical table wine. But they make it differently. So, like, when you make table wine, it sits in the barrel for, like, a longer period of time to get rid of all the sugar you added, right? Well, with port wine, instead of it, like, sitting for months to get rid of all of that and to do whatever that they normally do with table wine, they pull it after, like, 2 to 4 days.
Wow.
And then they add their version of moonshine to it, which makes it, like...
The alcoholic version?
Yeah. Yeah, I did like this wine tasting thing. It was crazy.
Okay, everybody. Nikki's our new wine expert.
So that's why I was thinking with the root beer.
It, like, could have been something.
Like, if it would have had the dry ice in there longer, and it would have actually set for, like, the...
It might have been better.
Yeah, it probably would have been more carbonated and not as, like, sugary mess with your stomach.
Oh, so interesting. Yeah, we had this volunteer come and make homemade root beer. And I was really jealous that I didn't get to try it. But there was another special thing that happened at the Halloween party.
Yay! Okay, first I'm saying yay because I was really excited, but I feel really bad. So, because of the way I reacted.
Oh.
So, Mariah introduced me to Savannah.
Yeah.
And I was so, like, my brain wasn't even thinking whatsoever at this party that podcast anything. So when, like, Mariah came up with Savannah, if you're listening, hi, this is me apologizing to you for how I reacted when I met you. That
makes it sound like it was really bad. Yeah.
But I feel like it was really bad. And this has happened to me before. Like, I had somebody do this, like, from my Instagram, and I, like, didn't know how to react. And then everybody I was with was like, you should have done this. Like, that was so mean. And, like, I had to apologize to the guy. And, like, he was like, no, it's chill. Like, I understand. It's weird.
Yeah.
But not that meeting Savannah was weird. I just wasn't prepared because Mariah came up and was like, oh, this is Savannah. And, like, she listens to the podcast. And my whole brain was like, I was fully, like, looking at the kids and paying attention to what all the kids were doing and all this stuff. And I took, like, 0.2 seconds too long to, like, be excited to meet her.
Realize what was going on.
Yeah, because she was, like, so excited. And then I just, like, felt really bad.
Well, you were really excited, too. I could tell. But, like, I know your body language really well.
Yeah. And I was excited. And then I, like, I was trying to be excited.
It's okay, because I think you excitement, both like, have, like, nervous and excited energy.
Yeah.
So I think we're good.
Yeah.
Like, I think you did well.
Yeah. I just,
Savannah,
I
give me your full feedback on how you thought Nikki's interaction was.
I swear to God,
if she
Savannah,
needs to go better, or if she needs to do better, if you felt like Nikki needed to do better, I owe you 2 stickers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can get 2 stickers from each of us, honestly.
Nikki feels bad. She's been talking about it a lot. But, like, okay, so backtrack. Savannah is a friend of mine that I've known for a super long time. And she is a faithful listener, and I so appreciate her. And she, like, messages me stuff about the podcast, and I just love, like, that's the whole reason we did the podcast.
Yeah.
Was so that we could, like, meet new friends and, like,
have friends.
And, like,
that's why I feel shitty for my reaction, is because I'm like, she's my friend.
You were just nervous. I could tell, like, nervous, excited. I could tell. I think you did okay. But yeah. That's the whole reason we did the podcast, was for instances like this. Like, I've known Savannah for a long time, but we didn't, like, talk a lot. but our friendship has really grown now, and she like
Hey.
messages me stuff about the podcast, and it's exactly the reason why we did it. And so I'm super excited. And so I hope it continues to happen a lot more. Like, I hope there's other people that like contact us on social media and are like, hey, this resonates, and hey, this resonates.
Oh my god,
and
I would die to be walking down the street and see somebody wearing one of our hoodies.
I would die.
I would die.
Simply. But like, there's even like friends that you have that I don't know who have like said things to you or like reached out to me and said things. And so like I just already feel like I've met more people, and
Yeah.
like that's the whole reason we did it. So
yeah, and that's why we
I think it was just the first time that it actually happened, and so you were like excited and nervous.
Yeah.
I could tell.
Yeah, and I think I also, just like coming off of like being so interactive, like traveling wise, like when I come home my brain is so disconnected from like
reality.
yeah, and also like meeting people. Like when I come home I'm like, okay, I'm with you, I'm with my family, like, and that's it.
People.
And like my friend Brooklyn, like those are the people I pretty much hang out with when I'm home. So like meeting new people here is always like my whole brain's like, whoa. But I promise, Savannah, the next time I see you, we're gonna have a nice good hug. We're gonna be real excited. I'm not gonna be weird. I promise.
I hope you guys like slow motion run towards each other and like do like a big cinematic hug.
Yes.
I'll record it.
Yeah, perfect. That's exactly what we need.
Okay. Savannah, Nikki is asking you for a slow motion cinematic hug. So.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, all I ever need from anybody who listens who like wants to meet me in person is to just like, hey, Nikki, slow-mo hug, and like from wherever you are.
It's on.
Yeah, I'm gonna slow-mo hug.
I'm hugging you on the spot.
Yeah, facts. But all of that being said, this is why we do the podcast.
Yeah.
So we can meet awesome people.
Also, like, it's okay if you call me Nikki, and Nikki would probably respond to Mariah. We'd still be starstruck. I don't expect you to know who's who.
Yeah, I wonder if like anybody ever gets our voices confused, because that seems to be like a typical thing on like podcasts with.
Do we sound similar?
I don't think we do at all.
I don't think we do at all, but tell us. Like, I'd be interested.
Yeah.
But I know that we both have like Midwestern like accents, and like, and I know that we like say a lot of the same like things.
Yeah.
Obviously, I just said like 3 times in one sentence.
Yeah, we say that a lot.
I don't know. I'm excited to see if other people think we sound alike.
Yeah.
We do both say like and literally.
Yeah, I'm about
like
to make that a merch too. TBH is like, I'm just gonna put like literally on a hoodie and like wear that around.
Like like literally.
Like literally.
Like literally. Would you wear a hoodie that says like literally?
I would indeed, but
I would indeed.
Yeah.
I like literally would.
I literally like would.
Let me think about my response. Like literally. So, I think we're gonna have to do that too.
Yeah.
But I think I'll die on the spot if I see someone wearing a hoodie.
Oh my god, I literally would die.
R.I.P. me.
Rip.
That's a Taylor Swift quote. Somebody asked Taylor Swift what R.I.P. means, and she's like, it's when you're so excited that you die on the spot. R.I.P. me.
With all that being said about Savannah, though, and everything about us wanting to be friends, this is why we tell you guys to share this podcast with your friends.
Oh, and be like a bigger community.
Yeah, like make everybody feel good and happy and excited, because this is like, honestly, I have not felt a single negative thing about this podcast since we started. And like, I get bogged down by pretty much everything else I do with my job, mostly out of imposter syndrome, and like with this, I don't even care.
The thought of somebody sharing our podcast because they want them to listen makes me want to cry.
Right? Like,
I'm getting hot eyes.
Yeah.
I think my eyes are leaking a little bit.
That would be so cool.
Share the podcast with someone.
Yes.
That you share with your friends.
Yeah.
I'd love that.
Yeah, that'd be really sweet.
Speaking of sharing things with friends.
Yes.
You had a TikTok this week that like literally made me cry. Okay, not like full cry, but I definitely got like wet eyes. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
So I'm used to, at this point, like having your social media go through my social media, or like experiencing it.
Yeah.
Because I'm a very normal person, and you have a big online presence.
Yeah.
Is that the best way of saying it?
Yeah.
Is that confusing? So I'm used to like your high quality cool videos, and like I don't get like as like, oh my god, I know her anymore.
Yeah.
But like this TikTok
Aww.
made me get emotional, and I got like moist eyes.
Oh my god. That's so sweet though. Like, and I just... Okay, so basically what this TikTok is, you guys. I was running down the beach that I found Mariah's treasures on.
That was my beach?
That was your beach.
I mean, I'm not gonna, like, claim the beach, but, like, that's my seashell beach. That makes me
literally
love the video more.
I'm pretty sure I got done doing that and went and picked up, or it was right before that, or something like that.
Oh my god.
But there was a beautiful sunset, and it was, like, reflecting perfectly off of, like, the wet sand and the water that was, like, crashing in, and it was pink and, like, purple. It was really, really pretty.
And you're wearing this, like, dreamy blue silk, like, blouse.
Yeah. And my friend Mana, oh, you guys know Mana, she was on here.
Our friend Mana.
Yeah, our friend Mana.
Everybody, it's your friend Mana.
Yeah. We always see, like, these videos of people, like, chasing each other down the beach. We just thought it was cool, and so we were like, let's chase each other. So we started chasing each other with our phone.
It's so cute.
Yeah, and so that's what the video is. And then Taylor Swift dropped Midnights, and the song Midnight Rain
is written about you.
Yeah, literally written about my life. And so I took this clip and I was like, I really want to do something with this. And then I heard Midnight Rain, like I was just scrolling my feed because everything is Taylor Swift right now, and I saw people talking about like their relationships or like different parts of it, and just like sitting in their house saying how that song was about them. And I just was like, oh my god, look at me living wild and free. And then this song written about my life where everybody's explaining or like trying to live it or being aspirational to like live what the song means.
Mm-hmm.
And I, like, put on there, like, POV, you left a 5.5-year relationship because he stayed the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you just left a pretty long...
Yeah.
A 5.5-year relationship.
Yeah. And, like, it's been a while. Like, I was counting it the other day. I think it's been, like, 8 months.
Yeah.
But it's still, like, it doesn't feel like it's been 8 months. But... it
still feels fresh. I mean, and it's not even my relationship, but...
It does, and, like, there's still so many things about my life that are, like, intertwined.
Mm-hmm.
In, like, not in a way that I have contact with him, but in, like, the ways that I deal with people and the ways that, like, I see the world and, like, good and bad.
5.5 years is a long time. You become oneness.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think, like, you know, there are people that search for that in a relationship, but, like, being in that relationship and then all of a sudden it's like your one person was like too much for me. I mean, like it's always been like that for me. Like I've always had a hard time staying in relationships because it's like I'm not like that person is not me. I'm not that person.
Yeah.
So like that's always been a hard reason, but like or a hard thing for me to deal with. But that wasn't like why we broke up. But the response to that video in general was insane. Like sometimes I go read through those comments. I mean, it's been 2 days.
Yeah, it's significant. Okay, one thing we've never talked about on this podcast, I don't think you've ever said what your social media handle is. And not to be a bad friend, but it's like, is it Nikki Travels?
No, so that's what, like, it presents as on TikTok, is Nikki Travels, I think. No, I think I changed it on TikTok. But the actual @ is Nikki, Nikkii.
2 eyes.
Yeah, Tomlin, Tomlin.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Nikki Tomlin.
So that's the actual @
Okay. So, like, and that's for YouTube, Insta.
So that's for TikTok, Instagram, and Pinterest.
Okay, and TikTok, Instagram, Pinterest. Nikki with 2 Ks, 2 Is. Tomlin.
Yes.
Okay.
And then YouTube is just Nikki Tomlin, 1 eye.
Nikki Tomlin, 1 eye. 1 eye.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, you can go there and see this video we're talking about. Also, like, not to brag, but my bestie makes awesome stuff. Like, I just love... I get, like, wild. Like, I'm like, oh, For You page scrolling, and I'm like, good content. And I'm like, holy shit. Like, your just level of production and, like, oh, you just make such good content. So,
I appreciate it.
Even if I didn't know you, I'd think it was great. But, like, I probably am biased, but...
Yeah. That's okay.
I still say check it out.
Yeah. But it is, like, I don't know. Like, I... also haven't really, like, posted on the internet about the relationship in general.
Yeah.
Like...
You haven't. It's hard. You've said before that getting out of a 5.5-year relationship is as traumatic and significant as a divorce.
Yeah, that's what it felt like.
Because you guys were living together in a different state and you had to, like, dissolve the whole household and...
Yeah, and I mean, like, we had...
custody of the cats.
Literally, custody of the cats. And then we had 4 days to separate everything in a house that we had been living in for, like... Or an apartment we had been living in together for 2 years. And then, like, before that, we had another apartment that we lived in together. And, like, our whole lives were intertwined for, like, 5.5 years. Like, there was a point where, like, we, like, counted... and, like, put it all together where we had, like, spent every single day, every second of every single day with each other for, like, 1.5 years. Oof. Like.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. Like, it's crazy. So, like, to untangle all of that was, like, a lot. And then, like, it's not that I, like, put our relationship on the internet. People knew we were in a relationship. People knew that he helped me with stuff. Sometimes I even got the occasional hate comment, like, your boyfriend just does all this for you. And it's like, no.
It's always been you.
Yeah, it's always been me. Like, honestly, he hated my success on the internet, which, like, didn't help either.
Which is very, like, if you listen to Midnight Rain, it's about your partner staying comfortable and you wanting to grow.
Yeah.
And as your TikTok quote said, he stayed the same.
Yeah.
And not even just with your online presence, just who you are, like, new experiences, new thoughts on the world. You're just ever evolving.
Yeah.
And
I don't have my phone. Neither one of us have our phone. I'm like, I literally want to look up the exact lyrics of that because of the snippet that I used.
The lyrics are, like,
spot on.
Yeah. And it even starts out, like, your hometown is paradise to some, but it was never, like, enough for you.
Yeah.
And we're not from, like, a tiny town by any means, but, like, it is something that you could easily outgrow. And that you
and even, like, I outgrew where we were living. Like, we were living in Denver, and I just wanted to leave. Like, I didn't want to be there anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, he wanted to stay. And that's fine. But, like, you know, all of those things correlated into that song, basically. But, I don't know. I just never... I mean, like, you don't get into a relationship thinking you're going to leave somebody.
No.
By any means.
And it wasn't an easy choice for you.
No,
like, it wasn't.
Like,
you woke up and were like, LOL, I'm leaving. It was, like, a thought out, like, hard conclusion to come to.
Yeah. And there was, like, a breaking point. Like, there was, you know, something happened that, like, tipped me over the edge. And I was like, that's it. But then, like, I caught myself in Colombia crying to people I just met.
Yeah.
I had known them, like, literally 6 hours, and I was sobbing. And
that
I was
you
like...
needed to get out of your relationship.
Yeah, and I was like, I can't do this, you know? Like, it's not fair to him, and it's not fair to me. And, like, basically what it boiled down to for me, and, like, what I ended up talking to people about in the comments of this TikTok was, like, who are either trying to leave this relationship, the same situation, or, like, have already left said situation, is that, like, it boiled down to both parties could be better people, and they weren't being better people together.
Yeah.
And, like, and that's what I told him. Like,
completely.
That's, you know,
that's the truth.
Yeah, and it's
like, I will say Bible, if he's listening. Like, I am Nikki's best friend. Like, I know all the details of this breakup.
Yeah.
And this is the truth.
Yeah.
Is that she knew that you guys would both be better on your own, and...
Yeah, and I think
there was just more possibility and, like, a better outcome with you being apart.
Yeah, and, like, you know, maybe it takes me longer, him longer, or maybe it has or hasn't to find things that make life better without the other. But, like, I feel like, at least for me, like, it's been, like... I remember, like, leaving him for the last time, like, physically leaving the space with him for the last time, and just being like, okay, my life is mine.
Yeah.
And being like, I have no clue what the next year, 6 months, 3 months, 2 months of my life is going to look like. I didn't even know what the next month of my life was going to look like. Right. And somehow I ended up in Mexico and Costa Rica. Like, and not saying that everybody's gonna go through a breakup and end up in Mexico and Costa Rica, but, like...
But, like, you were just able to, like, do what felt right for you in the moment and not have to take other things into consideration, kind of.
Yeah, and it was so refreshing, and maybe people don't find refreshment in that solitude, or they have a hard time being alone, but, like,
right,
at the end of the day, like, you have to pick yourself, and it's okay. Mm-hmm. And like I said in that caption, like, it's okay for you to love someone, but it's also okay to love yourself more.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, like, I saw a quote today. I didn't send it to you because I wanted to tell you, because I knew that we were going to talk about this. If you're going to love someone else, make sure that you leave love for yourself first.
Yeah.
And somewhere along that relationship, you both were not loving yourselves enough. And so it came to a point where you each of you needed to pick yourself.
Yeah.
And you're just the one that happened to point it out.
Yeah.
And make the call.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And, like, I had this epiphany. I mean, like, I still learn things every day from this relationship. Like, I'll have these epiphanies and I'll be like, what the, good, bad, ugly, whatever.
Right. Like, no matter what in the timeline of your life, 5.5 years is significant. And the moment you decided that relationship was over, it was a whole pivot on your life. Yeah. And so it will always be, like, a big marker in your timeline.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And, like, to go off what you were saying is, like, after we broke up, I had, like, this epiphany one day where I was like, holy shit. Not once in my adult life has my life been my own. That's where crazy. I'm not worrying about school, a partner, a major thing in my family, like... Mm-hmm.
You're
like, right. Finding a job.
Oh my gosh, your life is, like, very yours right now.
Yeah, my life has been stacked until the age of 28 when I left my relationship. I've been stacked with everything. I graduated high school. I went to 3 different universities before landing on the one I finally went to.
I just found out today, speaking of your university, I just found out that Nikki graduated
summa cum laude.
I don't even know how to fucking say it. People, I graduated with, like, D's. Like, I was like, oh, bare minimum. And, like, my best friend is, like, a smarty.
Yeah.
The only one in your department to get that.
Yeah, the only one in my section that graduated.
Cray.
Summa cum laude. Yeah, because my roommate was the next one down.
Cray.
Yeah.
Or even if you weren't the only one, I don't care. Top 5 is still, like, badass. But, like, I'm so impressed. Sometimes I forget that you're, like, ultra smart. Not saying that, like, you don't come off as smart, but I just forget.
I just like to think I'm really good at following instructions.
Maybe I'm so dumb that I forget that you're smart. So I just don't have brain space for it.
No, I think you're really smart. I think
you
don't give yourself enough credit.
I think I'm, like, just way smart in a different way. Like, I think I have elite skills in, like, understanding people and, like, situations and reading the room and, like, things that just can't be taught. But, like, when it comes to, like, books and memorizing, like, history ain't my thing.
Yeah, honestly, I think, like, all grades boil down to is, like, your ability to follow instructions. Not that...
Yeah, for sure. And,
but
like,
not
prioritizing the time.
Yeah, and not everybody learns to follow instructions in the school way.
Yeah.
Like, you know how to follow instructions, but you learned it a different way.
Just like you can't be mad at a fish for not being able to ride a bike.
Yeah.
The fish does things that... Yeah. So anyways, but still, shout out to you. I feel like you need... some more credit on that. So, yes, you went to a couple different universities.
Yeah, I it's the third one I went to, the Art Institute. It was literally like, you don't have a summer break. Like, we went year round.
Ew.
Yeah. So, the longest break I had, I think, was like 4 weeks in the summer because I just so happened to land on, like, a leap year where we got, like, an extra week in the summer. And that was it. Every other, like, it was like we'd go to school for 11 weeks and then we'd have a week break. 11 weeks, 3 weeks break. 11 weeks, 1 week break. 11 weeks, 3 week break. Like,
gross.
For 3.5 years, I did that.
Cray.
It was insane. And then I decided to move to New York City, which was, like, insanity. Yeah. Like, I don't know who I think I was doing that. And then I moved to Austria.
Insane.
Yeah. And, like, I literally ended college in the relationship. So then I'm graduating
all of that was with another person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then, like, I'm in college, and, like, I started college in a relationship, ended that. I went through an entirely different relationship in college, and then I met my ex.
Yeah.
My most recent ex.
5.5 years.
5.5 years. And
let's call him Fiverr.
Yeah. And then we went all the way through New York and Austria and like all of
Denver.
that. Yeah. And then moved home. We lived in South Dakota, like in between a couple of those because we were trying to figure stuff out. And then to Denver. And I was juggling jobs and trying to find money and doing X, Y, and Z and trying to be an adult and, you know, like all of those things that I was just
right.
like, what? And then, you know, I lost my job in the middle of the pandemic. And then, you know, I started a business like a crazy person in the middle of the pandemic.
Blessing in disguise. Look where it brought you.
For sure. For sure. And I'm not saying
But,
like I regret any of it or anything like that, but it is like, you know, I get all said and done with everything and now it's just like I have me, only me, and my business.
wow.
It's my first time in my adult life. I've only had me to worry about, and let me tell you, your girl's got some trauma that she's just been covering up with school and relationships and like other people's shit.
So now you're having to unpack.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have to care for anyone else right now. You're able to care for yourself, and that's
Yeah, and you know what?
heavy.
Yeah, caring for myself is rough.
I don't want to get to that point in my life.
Yeah, but to circle it all back together is like, how the hell was I in a 5.5-year relationship when I literally didn't even know how to take care of myself?
Literally. Yeah.
When I've literally never dealt with my own trauma, when I've never done any of the things that somebody needs to do to take care for themselves to then care for another person. Like, I don't know who the hell I thought I was. But it's not that I didn't love him or, you know, that I don't still have, like, I was with him for 5.5 years. I'm not going to pretend like I don't still have kind feelings towards him because I do.
Yeah.
But, like, it's not, like, I can't look at myself and be like, oh, yeah, I'm going to get back in that relationship once I figure my shit out. Or, like, that I'm racing to the next relationship.
No,
like,
you're very on you right now, which is good.
Yeah.
Like, that's where I think it's such a strong choice. Like, I'm so proud of you.
Yeah. I mean, and to be brutally honest, I also tried to do a situationship this summer, and did that work out? No, because I was like, who do I think I am trying to do this right now?
Wow, we're unpacking the 5.5-year relationship, and then we're unpacking the 5-month situationship all in one episode?
Yeah. Just send it. But, you know, being in that 5.5-year relationship, going through what I did, and then trying to do a situationship, and the situationship, there was literally, like, I could not say a bad thing about situationship guy.
No.
I could not. But I could say who I was as a person wasn't ever going to be able to do that. Like
good guy, wrong time.
Yeah. Yep.
But
I also learned in that situationship that there are people out there that treat you exactly the way that you should be treated. I've never had somebody treat me so nicely and so perfectly and care for me in a way that was like...
As 5-month boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I loved hearing you say, like, he listens to my needs and loves me the way that I need to be loved.
Yeah.
And that, like, would give me goosebumps, because I was like, I'm so... Go, Nikki!
Yeah.
Like,
and
cheering for you.
Yeah, literally. And
which that situationship did kind of play out on TikTok a little bit. Like, you did post some videos about that, too.
Yeah.
And so, the same way, when you decided to end that, it was not easy.
No.
Because you were already in the middle of, like, you were like, I'm not gonna date for a long time. Like, I need to unpack my own stuff. I need to take care of me. You go on this cruise and you're like, yeah, so damn it, I accidentally met someone.
Yeah. And I was like, what is the universe doing to me right now? And then, like, but it also was like...
And it was beautiful while it was beautiful.
Yeah. And, but I honestly am, like, really proud of myself for being able to, like, look at the whole situation and be like,
so insanely proud of you.
Don't need to get caught up in this.
Yeah. Like,
just
because
to
it would have been
in
very easy to just keep going along with it.
Oh, for sure.
Because there was nothing wrong.
No.
It just, like, you needed to do other things first.
Yeah. And,
for you.
And that's what, you know, like, I left 5.5 years so that I could take care of myself.
Yeah.
You know, like, leaving after 5 months sucks, too, because it's like you're getting to know someone.
And it's always that, like, could've, would've.
Yeah.
Should've.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Not to quote Taylor Swift again.
I know. At some point, if we say something and finish each other's sentence and we laugh, just assume it's a Taylor Swift reference.
Yeah, facts. Honestly.
So, hopefully you're a Taylor Swifter.
Yeah.
But I'm so insanely proud of you for, like, realizing, like, that relationship, situationship didn't align with the growth that you see yourself making, that you are making.
Yeah.
Basically is what it was.
And that I still need to make.
And that you still need to make, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, your potential. It didn't align with your potential.
Yeah. And
pretty much is all it boiled down, which is nothing negative on him.
No.
It just is
you
what
have
it
to
is.
pick yourself sometimes. Like,
yep, so you picked yourself.
And that's okay.
So proud of you. So now you've shared that breakup, the 5.5-year breakup, on social media.
I've shared it on TikTok. I'm contemplating sharing it on Instagram, but I just don't know. My audience is so different on Instagram.
We'll see. Well, you've shared it on TikTok, and now we've shared it on the podcast. How do you feel?
I honestly feel like it's something that I've been wanting to talk about for a while.
Yeah, you have.
Especially because it does seem, it's like 'tis the season. Because, like, everybody I know
is going through a massive breakup.
Massive breakups. And I think we briefly talked about that with Mana, too. Mana was in a 7-year relationship that she ended.
That's
not
so crazy.
long after I ended mine. And, like, she was supposed to be a whole-ass wife right now. Like, you know, and
now she's, like,
a whole-ass independent woman, and it's incredible.
Hell yeah.
Like,
so proud of her, too.
Yeah. But she, you know, talking to her and so many other people, it was, like, they were, like, you know, sharing that, and not sharing, like, details, but sharing, like, like, about them in a way that was, like, really positive. They said that they had, like, so many people reach out and just be like, thank you for sharing this, like, I'm in the same boat, or, like...
And that's the comments you've been getting on your TikTok.
Yeah, and, like, I just didn't think that would ever happen for me. Like, the internet...
Because you never wanted it to happen. I mean, you never wanted to have to share...
No, and the internet just responds differently to things I post on the internet than it seems to the vast majority of people that put stuff on the internet.
People steal your content.
Yes.
And post it on their stuff, and the comments are wildly different than how you post, like, on your comment section. Yeah. And it pisses me off because I don't like people stealing from my best friend.
No.
But then, like, it's like people will steal your exact content, and their comments are like, you're so inspirational, I love this, oh my god, I'm gonna do this, and your comments are like, wow, nice ass. I'm just kidding.
No,
but, like,
literally.
But, like, basically.
Yeah. I mean, that's my current gripe with Instagram, but...
Yeah. So, but anyways, you shared this, and the outreach has been... Good.
Yeah. You know...
Like, all the women that you're, like, helping get... Like, they're going through the same thing, and they're like, okay, I'm not alone. Like, these feelings are hard and okay.
And, you know, like, honestly, that... I mean, it's not even my best performing TikTok ever. Like,
no.
I don't even feel like I really should be making, like, changes in my life based off of this TikTok, but, like...
Oh, no, not by any means.
No.
But it just, like, for me, was the most emotional, just because I'm proud of you.
Well, yeah, no, but what I'm saying is, like, the other day, yesterday, when it was really, like, popping off... It was like, I had this whole moment where I was like, I really could be leaning harder into being a female. Like, I kind of do. But I don't, like, lean... Like, I feel like in person I talk a lot about, like, well, you know, fuck the man, fuck the patriarchy, and, like, I'm a feminist. But, like, I hint at that on the internet, right? Where, like...
You're a wildly different person. But I also know you really well. But I feel like you're a little... You're not wildly different. I'm going to totally retract that.
I was like, you would be the first person ever to say I'm a wildly different person than I am on the internet.
Wildly's outlandish. I feel like you could, like, literally post live... just delete all of that, because I feel like you could you could literally be live on Instagram all day long, and I'd still be like, that's not even the real you, just because I... have a different view of you. So that's unfair of me to say at all. But there are, like, you do have, like, stronger opinions and
but
stronger
I think that's something that I didn't think about when I started posting online. But, like, when I started posting online, I had my very firm thought going into it is I am always going to have haters, and I'm never going to make everybody happy. But then I also still had this same line that I drew that was like, be neutral.
Yeah. Well, also, not even just be neutral, but like being vulnerable on the internet is really hard.
Yeah. And like, my thing was like,
not like in any way like you broke up and the wounds are calloused over and oh well. There's still parts of it that are like fresh.
Yeah.
And so it would be hard for anyone to say like, oh my god, nobody else will love you, or like, oh, you're not date worthy, which of course nobody would, but it would just still be.
You never know.
Do not go comment that on any of her stuff.
If you do, you better at least put like hashtag friends first, so I know that you're fucking with me.
LOL I listen. I will hate comment you back so hard. Just kidding, but also I'm not. So anyway, it just is hard to be. It's hard to talk about. Like there were times where it was even hard for you to like tell me things because it just hurts.
Yeah. And I think like I also drew a line where I was like, don't be controversial. Don't give people enough information to throw ammo at you, right? So like the things people throw ammo at me about is like they think I come from a trust fund, they think my dad, don't worry, my dad ain't anywhere around, pays for my stuff. Like I do have a wonderful stepdad, but like he also doesn't pay for anything. I don't have a mommy or daddy credit card, like, you know,
like bust your ass for what you have.
Yeah. And
which is like
but like everybody gets that.
Because you have like a good foundation of like who you are.
Yeah.
I mean,
and like anybody like in the travel niche gets those comments. So like I knew that was coming, but like
it's so funny to me because like you travel cheap as possible. And it's not like
and like people think that I was just like I like even when I like talk about Europe, like people ask me like how much did you spend in Europe? I'm like, well, I could figure that out, but I also like couldn't because I just like I went to Switzerland with my friends. They planned the whole thing. They paid for it up front. I paid them back. Like they have the cost breakdown.
You have like a cost breakdown.
Yeah, but then like I was just in Ireland and we were all like, you know, you buy a round of drinks, I buy a round of drinks, you buy a round, and then we're all like just so who knows? And then we're buying hotels and we're paying each other back and we're doing, but then I'm also like staying at my friends' houses for free and I'm, you know, helping them clean and, you know, whatever.
Eating like lunch meat.
Yeah.
And like
it's just very
making spinach salads yourself. And
it's just not like I can't tell people or I could, but it just is harder for me to like tell people like, yeah, you can travel really cheap to Europe if you have friends in every country. Like I'm lucky.
Yeah, you've just gotten to know people.
I traveled Switzerland with 6 other people, so my Switzerland trip was really cheap. And I'm lucky England was really cheap because one of my best friends lives there. And I'm really lucky that Ireland was cheap because I have another friend that lives there. And like,
but you've grown that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like, but also something you've told me when you first started kind of traveling, is a lot of people stress out about like, I need a budget for food. And it's like, and you were like, you're gonna eat whether you're home or you're traveling. So just tell yourself that while you're traveling, you're not gonna like eat crazily more expensive than you do at home.
Yeah.
And just like you're gonna have to pay for that no matter where you are.
Literally, if I have a fridge in whatever I'm staying in, I usually go get breakfast and lunch stuff. I go to a grocery store. You can grocery shop in other countries, guys.
Yeah.
It's not a secret.
A fridge. When we traveled on our big road trip, we brought a cooler.
Yeah.
And I think we ate out like twice. Once was like a group thing. Oh no, we ate out when the group was eating out because that was like an experience. But then other than that, you and I alone, for like the 3 weeks we were gone, we ate out once.
Literally the only time we ate out.
Taco? Oh, we ate out on my birthday, but also that doesn't count because it was like my birthday.
Yeah.
So even if we were both home.
Literally special occasion and with a group of friends.
Yeah. Like and that would have been the exact same if we were home. If we were both back home in South Dakota, we would have went out for my dinner.
Yeah.
My birthday probably. So, I just think that's a good way of looking at travel.
Yeah. So, like...
most people don't.
Basically, that's what the internet boils down to. But I think I drew a line where I shouldn't have.
I wish you had a trust fund.
Also,
not to backtrack.
Why do we have to, like, hate on people who have trust... You think if I had a trust fund, I wouldn't be all over the world? Like, of course, if you have a trust fund, go travel. I do not blame you.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I am a little jealous that life is slightly easier for you in that sense.
But I hope that it comes from, like, your parents worked hard and they deserve to get to share that with you.
And I hope that you're not just traveling on the trust fund. I hope you take that money and you're putting it in a smart place, and then like
helping others, and whatever.
Maybe
probably like throwing a couple dollars at a podcast every once in a while. I don't know.
Buy some merch. Who knows?
But anyways, yeah, no hate to trust fund people.
No, but I think I just drew that line there. So now it's, at least on Instagram, it's really, really, really hard for me to actually be vulnerable on Instagram.
Interesting.
Like, I don't know how to just let it go. I also feel like looking at my page even, I'm like, wow, I'm kind of boring. Like, in comparison to my friends, which is like, I shouldn't be like playing the comparison game. But like, sometimes like, I look at Mana's page and I'm like, damn, she got some good stuff on there. Like, it's all, like, but I'm a little bit all over the place, which I don't think is bad. I just haven't, like, I think put pillars up in a way to build a brand around that on Instagram. Where, like, on TikTok, I've just thrown shit at the wall and it's kind of working. But, like...
Yeah, but Instagram also, like, throws out content to any people.
Yeah, Instagram is meant to be curated.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. That's how it's been grown. Where, like, TikTok's not. I can put that shit on TikTok and I feel heard. I know it's going to find the right people.
Yeah.
Instagram intentionally shows my stuff to people I'm specifically telling it not to show stuff to. Like...
Thanks, Insta.
Like, I literally can put, like, hashtag solo female traveler on TikTok, and you bet your ass all of the people watching my TikToks are solo female travelers. Like, that's how TikTok works. Instagram, I put solo female traveler, and I get all the 35-year-old men in India. Like,
doesn't make sense.
It makes zero sense.
Which, like, is fine, but they're just not going to relate to your content and, like, respond.
Or care when I put heartfelt things out there, right?
Yeah.
So, like, or care in the way that is relatable.
It's crazy that I still just always get, like, wowed. Like, oh my god, that's true. You've, like, traveled the world alone. That's so weird.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah.
I digress.
So, the vulnerability in that is rough for whatever reason on Instagram, but...
And that's okay. Like, there's no handbook on here's how you should create content. It's different for every person, and I don't think you're boring online at all.
Yeah.
I think you're great.
And I also, sometimes I think I border this, like, weird, like, line between, like, traveling female photographer and, like, travel lifestyle or, like...
Okay, yeah.
Like none of the Instagram bros follow me. Like, the Instagram photo bros. Like, I have a few that follow me. I wouldn't say none, but, like, a few. But, like, all my friends who do the same thing, all these Instagram photo bros are, like, sliding into their DMs, and I'm like, ain't nobody ever flirting with me. Not that I, like I just said, am trying to be flirted
never,
with.
Like,
but, like...
You've also never, like, announced that you're single.
I have on my stories.
Oh, you have? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't watch your stories.
Yeah, rude. She says she's, like, my biggest fan, and she ain't fucking no fan at all.
I know. I never skip anything that comes across my stuff, but do I seek it out? Not really.
Yeah, no. It's
so anyways, I'm really sorry.
I am across a lot of platforms, so I literally can't be, like, mad at you for not having time to keep up with all of it.
It would be so hard to be your stalker, because, yeah, that'd be, like, a lot of work.
Yeah, for sure.
So anyway.
The world is what it is right now. But
yeah, but also you were, like, an entirely different person when you started posting compared to, like, who you are now.
Yeah, which I feel like there's kind of a disconnect. Like, I do feel like Instagram sees this goofy side of me, which is, like, really fun, but I don't think my audience also understands when I'm being sarcastic and goofy sometimes. I think they just think I'm being stupid. And I'm like...
Rude.
No, you guys, I'm trying to be funny. Like, you could just laugh.
Funny.
Maybe I just haven't nailed the tone. I don't know. But... yeah.
I listen back to some of our podcast episodes and I'm like, why am I so ruthless towards you? Like, I do genuinely love you. I feel like I need to, like, have an apology moment. I'm like, you're wildly different. And I'm like...
No, but you're not wrong. Like, because I am. I mean, come on. Like, 6 years ago, not 6 years ago, probably 5 years ago, a year into my last relationship, one of my friends looked at me and was like, do you think he's the one? And I was like, yeah. And look at me now. Like... I'm a wildly different person, okay?
Recording a podcast in your mom's house?
Yeah, how many times have I moved back into this house? Uncountable. Uncountable. But am I here? Yes.
But, like,
do I make my mom dinner sometimes? Yes.
You could be a homeowner and be living that route right now, but that's not the life you chose, so.
No, and I could be
it's not the life you want.
Yeah, I could be paying for an apartment.
Absolutely.
And I could be doing X, Y, and Z. Or I could
But you got those plane tickets to fund.
Yeah, buddy. And you know, that I just want to see the world. My only goal in life has ever been to see the world.
I love you for that.
Like,
good, go you.
And I don't care if I mean, sometimes I do care because anxiety is crazy and it sucks to pay bills. But sometimes I'm just like, I don't care if I'm 65 and I still only have $1,000 in my bank account.
Yeah.
Because I've seen the damn world.
Yep. And nobody can take that from you.
No, nobody can take that from me. Anybody can come in and take my money and take my house and take whatever. Now that we've had my therapy session for the week.
Yeah, oh my god. We got a little deep, but I'm proud of you. Speaking of funding plane tickets.
What?
We bought Powerball tickets, so we need to go.
Oh my god, we really do.
Check our Powerball numbers.
And you guys, guess what? The Powerball number is 13, and if you know anything about Taylor Swift, you know it's a good number.
Yeah. Nikki called me and was like, hey, Powerball's tonight. You should buy us Powerball tickets. And I was like, I've literally never bought that in my life. I have no idea how.
I've only ever bought them like once or twice before for my mom, never for myself.
So I carry a credit card on me at all times. Like, that's all I carry with me. Because I get rewards, travel rewards. So I like was waiting in line and I saw a big sign that said like cash only for lottery tickets. And I was like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So then I had to go back home and even get cash to buy these lottery tickets.
Is that why it took you 8 hours to get here?
Rude, yes. You guys, when we met up earlier, Nikki was like, oh, we need to be there by 5:30, but I'm just going to tell you that it's 5 because you're always late.
Yeah, facts. She's always late. Like, I literally... I don't even think I would, like, count on Mariah to come put a fire out at my house on time, honestly.
Nikki,
Like,
that's so mean.
It's not. It's accurate. It's not mean. Like, I'm not saying you wouldn't show up and care. Honestly, you know what? You were the last ones to show up when my aunt's house almost burned down.
Wait, I'm choking.
Okay, but, like, my aunt's house almost burned down. And she was, like, the last to show up.
I wish I could remember why, because this is brutal right now. Like, that's true. I just feel like there was probably a valid reason.
I'm sure there was, but it's just funny because I just made the comparison and then I was like, you were indeed the last one to show up.
Ew. But I was one of the only people that came and helped her unpack.
True.
So,
True.
You know what? Like, if your house did burn down, I might not be a firefighter, but I will be there to help you thrift and get back everything that you lost. And I would be there for, like, a shoulder to cry on, and I would do all the things that nobody else would do. Okay?
I'm not saying you don't show up with enthusiasm or not good energy, because you always do. You show up and you're like, hey, your best friend's here. And, like...
Oh, yeah, I do. I walk through the house and I'm like, hey, Nikki, your best friend's here.
Yeah.
Stole that.
Yeah. Stole that from Claire, right?
From Lily. Her niece's best friend came over and, like, busted through the door and was like, Lily, your best friend's here. And I was like, oh my god, I am saying that every time I come over.
Yeah, so she does that. So it's always enthusiasm, and she's always excited, but it's, you know, usually...
Also, we didn't set a time for tonight, so, like, in my defense...
At least 30 minutes
how
late.
can you be late when there wasn't, like, an actual time set?
Girl, I called you and you said, I'm going to finish eating, and then I'm going to head out, so it's probably going to be 20 minutes. And then I came home and sat here for an hour and a half.
I left my house and realized I forgot my hoodie, so I had to go back home. And then I went to the gas station to get your lottery ticket. And
you're allowed to be late for lottery tickets.
So I had to go back home to get cash. And then I finally went to go buy the lottery ticket. So, like, yeah, it probably did take me a long time. But here I am with the hoodie, with the lottery ticket. We're about to win the Powerball for $700 million. So it's all good.
Literally $700 million.
All's well that ends well.
But the time you guys hear from us, next we're going to be in another country with our new house.
Because we're going to be spending our Powerball money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait to see
and
you guys
next week. And you'll have some
week.
merch.
You know what? Hopefully by the time you're listening to this, we just have merch posted for free because we just won the Powerball.
Yeah.
We'll literally give you hoodies.
Yeah, if you want it, take it.
But also if you're listening and we haven't won the Powerball, like, we're poor, help us.
Facts.
Buy a hoodie. We really want new microphones.
So
anyway.
Icks of the week.
Ick of the week is being poor.
Yeah.
Ick of the week is our junky microphones. We need to upgrade.
Yeah, our microphones, we promise our quality is going to upgrade at some point, you guys.
Yeah.
We're getting there. I'm going to soundproof this room at some point.
But by then we'll be, like, traveling and we'll have to record in a new country each episode, so.
Yeah.
But I guess.
It'll be fabulous. If you haven't already, please follow us on whatever you're listening on, and please review. Nobody's reviewed us on Spotify, and I'm kind of really insulted by it.
I'm salty.
Yeah.
And
so somebody be the first one to review.
Yeah. We'll send you a sticker.
Yeah.
Okay? We're watching for the first review if you hear this. Savannah, that can't be you because we already owe you a sticker.
Yeah, facts.
So, also, we just talked about, like, we're poor, help us, but that's literally not even the reason we want followers. Like, genuinely, we cannot wait to hear from you.
Yeah.
I can't wait till, like, we post stuff and, like, we get feedback and, like, just have, like, more of, like, a community and, like, I don't know.
It's the best.
Yeah.
Having a community is the best.
The best.
Especially after even the last 2 days on that one TikTok. It's the best feeling in the world.
Yeah. I am so happy for you. So,
yeah.
Go check out Nikki's stuff, too. Be her community. But also, more importantly, be the podcast's community.
Yeah. Also, please go support our TikTok. Friends First Podcast. Friends First Podcast.
Friends First Pasta.
I was trying to listen to what you were saying and say it at the same time and it didn't work.
Friends First Podcast. Also on YouTube. Like, we're
killing it on YouTube, TBH.
I'm so proud of everyone that watches on YouTube.
Yeah.
Because thankful.
But, you know, do all the things. You guys are the best. Thanks for listening to my therapy session. Yeah. I think this might be our longest podcast episode to date.
That's okay. I hope that... I don't think that anything in the world happens by accident. Like, I know that you're comfortable talking about this relationship for a reason now.
Yeah.
And I hope that somebody listening is like, I'm okay. Like, I can do this. I can...
Yeah.
Whatever feeling they want. Or they're like, these bitches be talkative.
Yeah. Or like, girl, you fucking crazy.
So hopefully you learned about port wine and self-love.
Yeah. And, you know, made some friends.
Was there anything else that they should have learned this week? Oh, that you can make homemade root beer. I hope you learned that, and I hope that you make some and send it to me. Just kidding.
Send Mariah the recipe, honestly.
Ew. I will still buy it. We had a long conversation about that, too.
Yeah, that was literally...
Ew, I hate cooking.
That was literally the other thing Mariah said about me being an A+ student. It was like, she was like, it really shows in, like, even how we cook. Like, you'll make something from scratch, and I will just buy the freezer version.
Okay, but you guys listen. Nikki was, like, inviting me over for pad thai, and I already know this about Nikki, so it didn't surprise me by, like, any, but it still is, like, what the fuck. She would, like, cut up the vegetables fresh and, like, make the sauce from scratch, and I would, like, buy the freezer mix of, like, for pad thai, I'd buy the freezer mix of veggies and, like, pre-made sauce. It would be, like, combining three things.
Yeah, you literally have to boil the noodles and then put it in a fucking pan and stir it together.
Yep. And that's a lot of work, you know what? That's, like, basically homemade. So, anyways, Nikki, like, from scratch, like, has, like, 60 ingredients, and I'm, like, mind blown. Like, who does this? Like, okay, if it could be drastically different, no offense, like, your pad thai is amazing. Don't get me wrong, like, I really want to eat it, so I don't want to offend you and not be offered pad thai anymore.
Fuck you already.
No!
Just kidding.
It is good. It's just, like, another variant. But, like, I don't know. Like, is all that work worth it?
Yes. It's, like, to me, it's, like, when somebody is, like, where's that hike? It's, like, well, I tagged Northern California. Look up Northern California water hikes at Shasta Lake. You'll find it. It's, like, half the work is, like, finding it yourself. So then when you get there, you're even more satisfied.
Oh, so it's just, like, satisfying to, like, do the work of making the pad thai sauce. So it's, like, more exciting to eat it.
Yeah, and it just tastes better. You can't tell me that frozen vegetables taste better than fresh vegetables. I'm sorry.
I do. They're frozen at peak ripeness, and there's a lot of studies about canned and frozen vegetables having more health benefits than fresh vegetables.
Okay, well, I think it just tastes better.
Well, wrongo. I've never made you my version of pad thai, and I'm gonna do it. And I want you to tell me it's delicious.
I feel like there's gonna be a severe lack of flavor, but we can do it.
Pad thai.
Pad thai off.
Pad thai off.
Pad thai off. Check TikTok for who won the pad thai off.
Yeah, we're gonna. Actually, you know what? We're inviting over everyone we know, and we'll be serving them 2 pad thais, and I want them to vote.
Blindfolded.
Fuck yeah.
Lily does really want to try pad thai, so.
She's trying 2 pad thais.
Okay.
So,
fine.
Pad good for her.
She's gonna
pick mine.
Pad.
Dot.
I'm trying to think of a really good pun, and it's just not.
She's gonna pad die of flavor explosion from my jarred sauce.
She's gonna pad tires off the table.
Actually, you know what? It's so good that I'm always running late because here's the deal. You'll have to show up 2 hours early to like prep your little pad thai, and I'll stir 3 ingredients together and kick your ass. I hope there's a trophy.
We gotta go to the dollar store and get a trophy.
Yeah, we're gonna make a trophy together. I can't wait. Okay, so watch.
That's what we'll buy.
Watch our socials for that.
Yeah, that's what we'll buy with the money from the merch. A trophy. Prince first pad thai trophy.
I can't wait. You know, it's gonna be so good. So, anyways.
Okay, we need to GTFO out of this, or you guys are gonna
Thank
be
you
here
guys
for a
for
really long time.
listening.
But thank you so much.
I love all of you, and I can't wait to see you guys in your cute hoodies.
Yeah, it's gonna be perfect with your tumblers and all that good stuff.
Ooh.
But thank you for everything.
Thank you. Review us to earn that sticker.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk to you next week.
Love you. Good night.
Told you we say you. I mean that we say yeah.
You say yeah. I said love you. Good night.
Love you. Good night. Bye.
What do you guys think we say?